Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Cup and Cat. It's me, Cat.
And it's me, Cope.
How
you doing?
It's been a day. I was gonna say I really don't know what's been going on. I've been very giggly. But
Per my last video.
Yes, there's just a whole thing. I'm so sorry. So yeah, in your last video, you talked about how certain things, like in your childhood, you were nostalgic about them, of course, or they bring you nostalgia, I guess now, or I don't really know how that works. And then I brought up the fact that certain trends or just history is a revolving door.
Oh,
basically, certain trends come back and stuff.
The shows and
like you said, like the 2000s and whatnot. Just because your birthday passed, but I feel like a lot of things. Sorry, I did. I just had a moment.
What is she talking about?
I had to swallow. I'm sorry. But I feel like a lot of things like that are nostalgic. Of course, like they're nostalgic, so you appreciate them. But that doesn't mean that like the quality was good. I feel like people confuse the feeling of nostalgia versus the quality of whatever like the content is.
No, I get what you're saying, because like some shows were good because of the time they came out.
Yeah.
As opposed to some shows were just good.
Right. Just like some shows that came out at whatever time they did previously could never come out right now. And it just wouldn't be the same.
Flavor of Love.
Precisely.
It'd be funny, but it wouldn't
be the same.
And it'd be so,
it's so
TV
different
nowadays because people are so...
A lot of stuff is very corny now.
Yeah, because people are cloudy now.
But
everything is for the clout. You need followers.
No, everybody wants to be hip, and I don't understand what hip is. Why do people want to why?
Oh, I feel like not everybody wants to be hip. I feel like for the most part, companies want to be hip, but for the most part, when it comes to people I feel like just do. I don't think they're trying to be hip. I feel like a lot of the times they do it because it's trendy, and that's kind of
is that not the same thing?
No, because in a sense, like doing trendy stuff, you're not necessarily doing it to be hip. It's just kind of what's happening around you.
It's accessible.
Yeah, sometimes trends aren't. Sometimes you can't avoid trends.
Like I said, because it's accessible, right? It's
like
you said, it's what's being put out right now. Supply and demand type.
Yeah, because like some clothes are trendy, but like that's what's being put out right now. You can't. Yeah. You can't find those jeans from 10 years ago because they're not making those anymore. They don't. Yeah. That trend is over.
I get that. But okay, so of course, last night was that last night? See, my perception of time. Yes, last night. Last night we watched Godzilla versus Kong.
We did. We watched the monkey fight the lizard.
Kong. I'm sorry. I'm Team Kong all day. That's a black man, okay? But it's just like it's such a bad movie.
No, it's not.
Okay. I'm sorry. It's not a bad movie.
It literally serves its purpose. Yes. Wait a minute. Now there are 2 hours of movie, and there may only be about 30 minutes that I actually cared about, which was the fight. Mm-hmm. But that's what all monster movies are. You're not going to the movie theater, or you're not paying extra money to see a 30-minute movie. I mean, I pay to see Kong and Godzilla, just scrap it out.
On God.
But
he rocked that man shit.
Yeah, like... I pay for an hour fight as opposed to that 30-minute fight. Y'all could have really just took out that in between, did the water fight, I would have wanted to see a fight where Godzilla jump into the hole and then they fight in the little galaxies where they both just floating through the air.
That's wild.
Don't watch this podcast if you ain't seen the movie yet.
Oh yeah, sorry. So sorry.
But no, I get what you mean in the sense of it was just all unnecessary. But they put the movie out, and we are putting more and more Godzilla and King Kongs and just movies like that out just because those are nostalgic movies. They came out a long time ago, and for some people they're nostalgic, but for other people they're just money makers or whatever the case may be. That was just Nova.
She's in jail. She's on it. She's on one. She's
putting me through it.
We're sharing the same energy, me and her right now. Crackhead energy.
But no, like you were saying, it's
okay. But this is what I was gonna say. I know that I said that was a bad movie, but I didn't mean that in a bad way. I know that might be confusing because I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. Like thoroughly enjoyed it. I was so excited. I felt like a little kid.
I feel like a lot of parts had nothing to do about nothing at the end of
They
the day.
didn't, but I guess you just needed a break from the fighting so you can get amped up again for the fighting. It's like watching wrestling.
Because, like, why did her dad need to know where she was at?
I have no idea. Just so we can know that she's safe. They didn't even do anything.
Served no purpose, honestly.
But I love her, and I love him.
The one part I want them to explain.
We're really just telling this whole story.
I was about to say, yeah, this
so
podcast was not supposed to be about King Kong. So,
it wasn't.
I'll let y'all know. The tunnel.
Yeah, I don't know.
It really, it's a tunnel like is it under the ocean? Did it take them from like
middle of the earth?
Were they in California and then it took them all the way to Japan?
to Hong Kong? Yeah.
Yeah, Hong Kong. That's what it was. That's why I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't even talking about that. Let's go on.
Okay, but this is what I was gonna say. I know that I said that it was a bad movie, but I didn't mean it in a bad way because it is a good movie. Like you said, it serves its purpose. And they did a great job for producing something that is nostalgic and of quality, I think, at the same time for right now.
I mean, yeah, the movie probably cost a couple $100 million.
Yes, but I'm saying that in comparison to like, all these terrible live action remakes, like for instance, Mulan. Terrible.
I feel like those are a different category.
How?
Because
The Lion King?
Mulan is based off of an animated movie that had so many different things that you could never get in a live action movie and make it the same. And you could try really hard, but then you're just making the same movie over again with people. So like, let's say if they did add all the singing parts and stuff, they would basically just be remaking the same movie.
Yeah.
As opposed to what they did, which is a reboot or
I don't like those either.
It's a live action reboot if I wanna.
Yeah.
But I don't like reboots or remakes or any of those for the most part. I say 90% of the time. Most of them are just kind of like, it didn't really serve a purpose. Like I watch it just to see what changed, see if anything's a little bit better. Because certain shows have been doing that for years. Like growing up as a kid, I know like watching Scooby-Doo. I feel like maybe every decade has a different type of Scooby-Doo.
That is true.
There's the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s have like 4 or 5 Scooby-Doos at this point. Like Scooby-Doo is ever changing. But when I watched it as a kid, I didn't really realize what was going on. I'm just like, oh, there's just more Scooby-Doo. I don't know. It's just different Scooby-Doo. I don't know. As a kid, I didn't understand TV for real. Yeah. But I'm just like, it's more Scooby-Doo. It's just different sometimes. Sometimes he be with his cousins. Sometimes he be with his nephew. Sometimes he be with Freddy them. Sometimes they be kids. Sometimes they be old. Sometimes it just be Scooby and these little monsters. Oh. But it's always different.
I just feel, I mean, of course, I might be biased, but I feel like, of course, the quality of things that we also had back in the day, like our shows and stuff, was better, in my opinion. But maybe it's just because I grew up with it.
I think that is a biased opinion because there are certain stuff that comes out nowadays where it's like, I mean, as a kid, I just didn't have it. And I appreciate the way TV comes out nowadays where as a kid, you would have to wait all week for it, or not even just as a kid, as any person, because adults had to do it too. Your show comes on at a certain time. You have to be at home. You have to make sure you have to make sure you have access to a TV for one, depending on what kind of household you in.
Okay.
And you got to make sure you're in front of that TV and you got to sit there for those 30 minutes and watch that show and not miss it. Or
and
if it's a movie,
just appreciate it.
Or if it's a movie, you got to sit there for that hour or 2 hours and you got to sit through commercials. Don't get interrupted.
Wait, are you saying you don't like this or you do like this?
I don't like this. I appreciate the nostalgia of it.
Okay.
But I didn't like it because bathroom breaks, getting food, all of this, you have to be on that's another reason I'm probably so good. Goes into our last video at timing. You have to be. I love TV as a kid, so I'm probably really good at this too. I'm raised on TV, y'all. You have to be really good at timing because you have to go to the bathroom. You got to get your snacks. You got to do this. You got to do that. As opposed to nowadays, pause.
Put it on pause.
Boy, if the show or the movie get too stressful, I pause it. I'll be like,
for real. Oh, hold on. I gotta go back. I gotta go back. Yeah.
We are the generation of pausing some stuff now, and I appreciate that way more. It just is what it is. I have so much free time. Pause it.
Remember when TiVo came out? That was such a thing.
No, because my family didn't have that.
Okay. I mean, but you like remember seeing it on TV and like the hype. Like that's what I mean.
I guess.
No, okay.
It wasn't really a thing for me, y'all.
All right. Never mind. Never mind. So sorry.
I remember once I realized we could record stuff.
Okay, yeah, okay.
So I started recording stuff on TV, and I'd be like, "Ooh, I'm gonna miss that because I'm gonna be asleep."
Yeah,
record it.
Same concept.
Home.
I'm sorry, not
but
TiVo
like DVR.
But yeah, same concept, just that whole concept. And now we have all the streaming.
That's when I started falling in love with just watching stuff, because I could be like, I could watch a whole series without having to be in front of I can record it.
I used to do it too.
My little box in my room is record. I used to be like, yes, this is what we need in life. Everybody needs their own personal recording device. Correct. Look at us. Now we recording everything.
You want my account? Can I get your account? Okay, cool. But no, same thing for like the remake or the reboot, new adaptation, whatever of The Craft. I was so upset. I didn't even watch it. I'm still upset. But it's just like, why?
I feel like that's biased to say you're upset and I watched it. And I get what you mean. I guess nowadays, like, we do have the freedom to be like, well, I watched the video about it or this, that, and the other, but it's really biased of somebody to just be like, well, I watched this and I didn't like it, because I've watched stuff that I didn't think I would like for that, but I like other stuff about it. I don't like it because maybe you won't like it as a movie about The Craft, but maybe you'll watch it and just think that shit fucking funny because it's stupid.
Okay, no, that's true.
And I feel like that's where people don't give movies enough leeway anymore, because like even with like when Jordan Peele came out with, which one is it? Us. With the people.
Yeah, the doppelgangers.
Yeah, and everybody really loved the movie, but like going back and watching it again, I was like, no, I really don't get this. Like, where did these rabbits come from? Wouldn't it be hella like shit everywhere? Like, we've all seen bunnies. Them bunnies will be fucking, and it'll be shit everywhere, and it'll stink. And where did the people get the jumpsuits and the scissors? And it's just it's certain stuff you start to look at it and you be like, yes, the concept blew my mind. But then you look at it and you be like, no, it wasn't as good as I thought it was. As opposed, wait a minute, let me finish. As opposed to certain movies back in the day, I look at, because this is me comparing new stuff to old stuff. As opposed to I look at some old stuff back in the day where it's like, it really did suck, but I watch it now and I'll be like, it sucks so bad that it's a quality movie. Yeah. I would sit there and watch this movie over and over and over again, because it's like, this is what a good bad movie is, or just a bad movie is. Sometimes it depends.
No, I definitely get that, and I feel like we talked about that the other day too, and it really just kind of reminds me of Cinema Sins. And if y'all don't know, it's a YouTube channel. He basically picks apart movies. Like, it's hilarious. But if you look at movies that way, then yes, you are going to be like, this shit is fucking stupid. Like, this doesn't make sense. And why would you do this? And this is dumb and blah, 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 blah. And at first, or when I got to a certain point in Cinema Sins, I feel like I went through a roller coaster. I feel like I loved it at first because it is comical. Like, it's very creative. I love the way that he's doing it. Then I got irritated. Because I was like, you're going to
just everything.
Yes, and you're just going to ruin certain movies. It's certain stuff
about movies that it's just like, that doesn't matter. That's not what the movie is about. Exactly. But that's how I feel like when I just talked about Godzilla. That's how I feel, where it's like, the movie isn't about the people.
It's not.
Literally, the people could have been going through any type of crisis and I would not have cared.
Hello, somebody could have had like cancer
because that's my thing during the whole movie.
It didn't matter.
You care about these three characters that they keep showing us because they're supposed to be important. All the while, Godzilla is stepping through Hong Kong like it's nobody's business.
Like, they have killed so many civilians.
They're just walking on top of people, crushing buildings, falling through.
Laser beaming them.
That's why I'm like, people have died by the millions at this point, and all they're talking about is, well, where's my daughter?
Like, child, I was so upset.
That's all these movies ever be about. Some white man trying to find his daughter.
Why they always get took? I don't get it.
Because I feel like that's just the American way. Like, the average American is a white man, and the average American white man has a daughter, I guess.
Is she gonna get took?
I guess. You seen Taken and Taken 2 and Taken 3?
Why she keep getting took?
One time she didn't get took. The wife got took.
Why do they want to take his whole family? I don't think I've ever seen this. I don't think I've ever seen Taken.
White women be getting taken, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Child.
I can't. I'm sorry.
White people problems.
But no, I just, it's the same thing. Okay, so like I don't know what to call it. I guess it's a continuation. Like when they had Boy Meets World, of course, and then they brought, what was it? Girl Meets World, or like That's So Raven, and then Raven's Home. I don't like that.
See, those are reboots. And I mean, when it comes to reboots with certain stuff, it's just like, I mean, you don't have to like it. You're not watching it. Why would you care about Girl Meets World or Raven's Home? You're not watching either of those shows. It's just like the people that got mad about Lola Bunny. You're mad about a cartoon's titties? You're childish.
I don't feel like those are the same thing.
Why? It's not made for you. You're not the audience it's appealing to. Why are you mad about a show that's on Disney Channel?
That's true, but I'm not mad about some sexual.
Okay, but I'm not even focusing on that in general. Okay. Why are you mad about a show that's on Disney Channel?
It's just not good.
How you know it's not good? You don't watch it.
Not the same.
Exactly. Biased opinion about something that has nothing to do with anything. It's just stupid when people are mad about something that they don't even.
I'm not mad.
You literally just called it stupid.
Yeah, but I'm not mad.
But that's what people. That's what being mad is. I don't care how people like to look at it or this, that, and the other. You're putting energy towards a show that, like, I don't feel any way about the show. You know why? Because I don't watch the show, or I don't care to watch the show, or it just has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with That's So Raven. That's So Raven was a good show. That's why I hate when people be like, y'all ruining my childhood.
Okay,
baby, your childhood sucked. But that's how it feels in general when you're like, that sucks. Why does it suck? It sucks to you because you're comparing it to something that you grew up with, which is That's So Raven. Mm-hmm. It sucks to you because it on its own, yeah, it probably does just suck, but it only sucks to you more because you're actually paying. There are a million other shows that suck out here, but you're not telling. But we're not talking about those because those shows aren't something that bothers you. It bothers you because this show is associated with a show you love.
But I was gonna say, yeah, and I feel like there are other shows that suck more and they have no connection to it. But like I just said, I can watch it and I can appreciate it only because it's something probably new or different. It's just everything don't have to be remade or rebooted or redone or nothing like that.
But nobody said any of those things. This is just your opinion.
Yeah. This is my topic.
Yeah, I get that's your topic, and nobody's debating you, but this is me giving my opinion on your topic because this is your opinion.
I guess.
Because if you have a topic, you want to hear somebody else's opinion, do you not?
Sometimes.
Well, don't have a topic if you don't. But that's what I'm saying. It's the whole case of it wasn't made for you to like. People who grew up with the original Willy Wonka didn't like the one with Johnny Depp. And I personally don't really like the one with Johnny Depp. But that's all opinion.
I don't like it.
Exactly, but kids that grew up with that Johnny Depp one like that one probably way more than the old one because the old one is old. It looks old. Yeah. Same thing with the Wizard of Oz. Black people probably prefer the Wiz because they grew up with the Wiz.
And then the different, yeah.
Just like Raven's Home. Kids nowadays, they probably like Raven's Home, but they watch That's So Raven and they would probably find it weird or they would just not understand the jokes.
Comedy, yeah.
Just like what Indiana's doing. They're just such shows in general, like Teen Titan. I like Teen Titans, but Teen Titans is not that interesting to me, y'all. I much prefer Teen Titans Go. You know why? I'm childish. I like childish stuff.
You are. But
you know what the best thing about Teen Titans Go? They got music. They make songs. Any TV show where they making songs.
Teen Titans Go is fine. I don't care what you say.
You making money, that pyramid scheme money.
Like such good songs.
But yeah, just in general, it's just like I don't compare things that I watched in my childhood to things I watch now. And when I do go back and watch certain things from my childhood, I can easily be like, well, this was dumb, but I still like it because this is what I grew up with, as opposed to this was just dumb. There are certain stuff that I can honestly say, like, boy, mush. It was no purpose of watching it. It didn't really do anything. It probably came on late night on certain channels or stuff like that, and it was just on.
Like what?
Like Celebrity Deathmatch? Mush? No, Celebrity Deathmatch wasn't really just mush. It's just like stuff like Next. That is literal mush. It's fake. It serves no purpose.
That created me.
And you get where it's like all of the stuff that Room Raiders.
I loved it.
Room Raiders.
Oh, I love. Y'all want to do a video
where we watch Room Raiders and we talk about it? Oh, I love Room Raiders.
But
that was mush. All of those shows were mush, and those led. But yes, it was, and those led way for shows like Flavor of Love, and stuff like that, where it's like reality TV got a little bit better, and then reality TV got even a little bit better because Flavor of Love and stuff like that led for Housewives.
Love it.
And then Housewives, well, we see how that's going at this point.
And y'all, when I say that I love all these things, there's a love-hate relationship here. But it really has molded who I am. You know that I love shitty reality TV.
But that's why I always tell people, wait a minute, before you get onto that, I feel like in order for us to get good stuff, sometimes you do have to run through a good heap of shitty shit sometimes and just see how it goes, because maybe Raven's House doesn't do so well, or whatever show. Maybe whatever show. We're not gonna say Raven's House.
Well. Yeah, sorry if we just keep running this through.
I'm just saying in general. Maybe your show won't do well, but maybe this show will, and that show will lead to another show, or just people meeting other people that will lead to a better concept or idea,
or to further.
Because think about it this way: all that led to the Amanda show. The Amanda show led to Drake and Josh. Drake and Josh led to iCarly. Rhea? Yeah, iCarly. iCarly led to what? Sam and Cat.
Yeah,
and Sam and Cat got us Ariana Grande. And look at that. So all that made Ariana Grande.
And that is a long line.
This is my TED talk about how all that created Ariana Grande.
I love it. But
Keenan and Kel walked so Ariana Grande could sing about
positions.
Yeah. I was like, what she be singing about?
Everything now. But most recently, sexual positions.
Okay.
34, 35. Just switching positions, everything.
But yeah, like that's what I mean, where it's like everything doesn't bother me, but certain stuff like is just nostalgia. But also some stuff from your childhood sucked and you gotta let go of it because it did suck, and other things are better now.
That's true.
I mean, like video games.
You have to be adaptable, and oh god, yes.
Have you ever played a video game from your childhood? I'd be like, child, how did I do this as a kid? I feel like I'm losing brain cells every time I stare at like pixels on a screen. I'd be like, what?
I'm not gonna lie, you know that I was just appreciating playing Sims busting out on Game Boy.
Yeah, but that's just like I was playing Pokemon, whatever on Game Boy, and it's just like it's fun, but it's just like when I play it on the Switch, it's way more fun. Things in 3D look better.
Yeah, it's just more appealing.
They have a tone, they have a texture. Aesthetic. You can move around, you can see the air, you can breathe the air. Taste the air. Taste it.
I hate you.
I love Mike Epps.
Love him.
But just overall, yeah.
But it's just, I do appreciate when certain things come back. Of course, like the fashion, the makeup. I really want skinny eyebrows, but I'm not going to do it. Like, that's a full dedication, and I'm just not there. I haven't leveled up there yet. But it's just, there are certain things that I really appreciate, and I'm happy that they're being brought back. And I do like the little twist on it. But we don't have to touch everything, is my point.
I mean, I think everybody knows we don't have to touch everything. And
people be acting like I don't know.
But y'all keep saying that, and they could start touch everything, but they have not touched everything. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like there are so many properties and stuff like that where it's like, even certain shows, they give up on them, and I'd be like, dang, that could have probably went on for a little bit longer, but sometimes things just wear their welcome.
I have a whole list of shows that shouldn't have gotten canceled.
But I do agree with you just because I do feel like certain stuff is just a cash grab. They be like, we want money, so we just gonna remake this. But I feel like that's usually with movies. With TV shows, I feel like it is just sometimes people miss just being able to sit down with that TV family or that whatever, because some shows go on for Grey's Anatomy has been on. Grey's Anatomy could fill a apartment building with the people who have been on that show.
Is Grey still alive?
I don't know, and I don't know what her anatomy doing.
I don't even think there's a kid. I don't even know.
No, there's a girl named Grey. Okay. There's a woman named Grey. I know that much. I be seeing y'all talk about it online. But I just know somebody dies on that show.
Like at
least like 3 people die on that show every season, and they've been going on for like 20 something seasons.
How do y'all still have characters left?
They just keep bringing them in and killing them by the next season.
Jesus Christ. This is a death sentence.
I mean, that's pretty much it. Like, think about that, though. Like, think about that. People trying to talk about Grey's Anatomy where they could be like, it's on whatever season. They could be like, well, the first season was the good season.
That's like The Walking Dead. Because we were heavy into The Walking Dead at one point.
But I look back on those seasons and I'm like, oh, wait, these really sucked. You're just so invested in the characters and the story. And I think that's what also about TV shows, before we wrap this all up, about TV shows and movies and stuff. Some stuff is really nostalgic and you get really invested into it because of the way you watch it.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, I got really into stuff. Like I said, once we started being able to record it, and nowadays I get invested because I can be like, oh, let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next
one. And then it's like after you finish it, it's almost like a blur.
Yeah, but I feel like it's almost like, not to put it in like a weird way, y'all, it's almost like drugs or sex or something in a way where it's like you get really hype about doing it again and doing it again. Yeah, it's the dopamine, but like watching that next episode and getting that excitement, especially when it's like a suspense for a dramatic show.
Yeah. Because
with a comedy, you watch a comedy, you're pretty much done with a comedy for the day. You don't really want to.
You might remember a joke.
Yeah.
You don't remember something that made you
But when it comes to like, I mean, even let me not say a comedy, but when it comes to like, because short comedy, like on TikTok and stuff like that, you want multiple of it. But when it comes to comedy movies, you don't want a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like suspense on a TV show, give me it again.
Oh, yes.
And I think you get so wrapped up in it. By the time you do look back, you be like, oh, that wasn't even.
Yeah. It's the adrenaline, being on the edge of your seat. It's the emotion, the feeling.
Just like drugs. It was good when you first start doing it, and then you get over it a little bit, and you're just like, yeah. But that's pretty much it. I think like that kind of wraps up the whole.
We love TV and movies, clearly.
So as always, guys, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, share, tell your friends about it. Because like we said, this is the new thing we're doing. Get with the program, y'all. Like the video, subscribe, comment. I'm not playing. Like, we only got like a couple views on these last couple videos, and I'm not upset. But like, what y'all doing?
I'm a little upset.
Y'all like us or no? You gonna call us back or no?
Or no?
Bye, guys.
Bye. I thought.
Like, you need me to do it?
I just thought that you were. I was expecting it.
Because I don't do it for my videos.
You do. Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Coven Cats. It's Cat, of course. I was really loud. I was really loud. I wanted to start over.
Keeping that. No, I'm keeping that. Let's talk. What's the topic? No.